is a Hispanic in the community. I feel like we have to beat statistics. Like someone's always saying, like, oh, Hispanics, they get pregnant, especially within us. Like Hispanic people, they look at us and they're like, like, don't get pregnant. Just go to school, finish school. Like, there's a lot of doubt with us. A lot of our people don't believe in us sometimes. Like they say like, oh, she doesn't have her papers, or like, oh, she didn't graduate, so she's not good enough, and oh, she had a baby, so she can't make it, and things like that. We need to support each other some more, and have more love. We need to help each other instead of bringing ourselves down. My brother, for example, he's going on to 12 years old, and he's going into middle school. The other day, my brother was just wearing some jeans and he had some Jordans on, and he had like a plain white shirt, but I guess that was just like a regular profile for a gang, a Spanish gang member or something like that. So I'm just with my brother and we're just chilling. We're actually on our way to the library. He wanted to go drop off some books that he picked up, and we hear this Spanish lady talking, and I guess she was from afar, but we weren't paying attention to her. But I heard her, and she said in Spanish, she was saying, "Look at him. He's so young, but he's already involved into the gang life. Like, look at him. Like, just basically saying like he's nothing. Like, look at him already." And she doesn't even know who he is. I'm just so shocked. Like, how could you think something like that of your own people? Like, why would you say something like that? And sometimes I feel like some people get affected by that. Like, you feel like you feel like I'm doing bad. Like, you think I'm a part of this gang violence. Maybe that's just me. And then they feel like I don't want anybody. I don't want my brother to feel like, man, that's what they think about me. Maybe I should just like just give up on what I'm doing. If people are gonna think that of me anyways, maybe I should just give up and just not be a good person and just go ahead and be in the statistics. Another statistic. When I was growing up, I always looked up to my cousins, my older cousins. They were always older than me, but I was just always hanging around them, and I was just always trying to figure out what they were doing, and like I wanted to be like them when I grew up. And then my cousin got pregnant, so there goes another statistic. Like, she graduated high school and she got pregnant, and then automatically everybody was like, oh, she got pregnant. That's it. She's done. And I'm like, why do you have to think like that? Like, what do you mean? What do you mean she's done? Like, people have babies and make it so far all the time. Why don't you help? Like, where's the help? Where's the community? People were just beating her up about it. Like, oh, you had a baby, man. Like, you just messed up your whole life. And I guess she gave up too. And then now she has a baby. And then she just like she didn't really do much until like later on. Like, I got a little bit older, and I remember talking to her like, hey, like, how's your baby and how's everything going? She's like, I'm good. She's like, just don't have a baby and all this stuff. And she's like, you see me, I had a baby now. I can't really do anything. All I do is work and care for my baby. And I'm like, hey, like, what do you mean? Like, you can get up and do whatever you want. Because she always wanted to be a hairstylist, like a cosmetologist. So she wanted to go to school for it. I'm like, you can still do that. Why don't you go to school and do that? Prove them wrong. Show them something else, like be that person that beat that statistic. Tell them, like, show them what you got. I know you got it in you, like, show them that you're so much greater than what they think you are. And I don't know, a couple months later, she was in school. I guess it gave me some sort of hope, because even when you fall, you can pick yourself right back up and keep going, no matter what people say about you. So I feel like people should give out more good instead of bashing everyone all the time. There's already enough hate in the world, and we know that. And I wish that's something that we could change. So I'm gonna start with me, and I'm just always trying to help people. We have to be part of the good. We have to create good to give good out in this world. So that's just my part of it. That's how I feel about it. And I will continue to try to speak good on people and give them encouragement and power, and just try to make them feel good about themselves so they can keep pushing and beat statistics. We have to give each other support. We have to, we have to be good. We have to be positive in order to keep something like that going. So this is I feel like everybody should be treated equally. It's 2015. If you haven't noticed, I mean, from my perspective, when I hear about racial problems, I hear like people are always against the Hispanics and the blacks, and They're always attacking us, especially in this area. I mean, I see it happen all the time. Just because you're a younger Hispanic man and you're hanging with a group of your friends, and all of a sudden you guys are a gang and you guys are starting trouble or something like that. Like a year ago, it was a big group of us. It was a lot of guys, but it was like five or four of my girlfriends that were with us. And I guess because it was kind of like cold outside around the time, so we were wearing jackets. But I guess the guys had no faces on; they were black. So I guess they assumed because they were all wearing no faces and we were in a big group, and they assumed that we were out for trouble, or we were doing something, or they thought we were gonna go out. I don't know what they thought. But so a police guy just came up to us and was like, "What are you doing in front of the restaurant?" And we're just waiting for a friend. He's like, "What are you doing in front of the restaurant?" We're waiting for a friend. He's inside getting some food. And he's like, "Who's your friend?" And he's like, "Is he 21?" And I'm like, "Why do we have to be 21 to get into a restaurant? We're getting some food." And then my friend's like, "Yeah, he's just getting some food." And then I guess he assumed that we were being rude to him and being disrespectful. So he told all of us to stand up against the wall. And then they were just searching us. They pressed us out. And I mean, they wanted to hold us there. And I was like, "Are we being arrested? Are we being detained? Did I do anything wrong?" And they're like, "No, you're not." It's like, you're not being arrested, you're not being detained, but you guys fit a profile for this and that. I feel like they just used that as an excuse just to search us because they assumed that we were up to something. And all we were doing was getting some food and we were just gonna leave and just hanging out. But it was bothering, like, I didn't do anything. Why did you have to check me out? Why did you have to press me out? Like, I didn't have anything to do with anything. I was minding my own business. Like, I have the right to. I was getting some food. Like, I have the right to, just like anybody else. And there were plenty of other people right next door because around there's a lot of like restaurants and bars and things like that. There were plenty of other people out here. Drunk people. There were plenty of there were Asians out here that were drunk. There was a lot of white people out here that was drunk, and they didn't say anything to them, but they so happened to come to us. It was just wrong. I just don't see why they had to do that to us. I felt disrespected. I felt like I was being. I felt like it was for no reason. Like it was just a stereotype. They just wanted to pick at us just because they could. That's just how I felt. And it's not a good feeling. Like when the tables flip on you, you're like, it's not a good feeling. So I can only imagine how these people feel out here. Like, imagine how it feels to be African American now on these streets, especially with all this police brutality going on. Like, you have to be extra careful when you're outside. You want to make sure you're not in the mix of a big scene because you don't want to be arrested and be the next victim. Like, are you scared to live your life in DC because you're scared to go outside and enjoy your day because you're scared to be the next victim now? Because it could be anybody. And it's not even while you're being arrested. It even happens in jail. Like, you could be arrested and you put all this on file. It could be recorded and everything. And then at the end of the day, something could happen. Like Sandra, she died in her jail cell. And then still they're saying that she committed suicide. But some people are saying that somebody killed her. What else are they capable of? So it's kind of crazy. It's kind of scary, you could say. Like, we don't even land of the free. We don't feel free. We're scared for our lives. We're scared to be out here. We have independence, but we don't feel independent. We have to be careful. We have to second guess what we're doing. We can't just be happy and free. But I feel like sometimes when you talk to people about this, like, I can't just talk to anybody about this because some people will be like, "You're weird," or "What? You think I'm weird?" Right. Or like, "You think I'm crazy?" This is real though. This is reality. This was really going on in our world, our lives, on this land that we live on.